I feel like everyone, including myself, we can tend to focus on all the negative things, all the toxic things. It just like draws us in, and it just, honestly, it straight up scares people. It causes anxiety in a world full of anxiety.
Yes.
Like, we don't need more anxiety, guys.
So much anxiety and so much pressure that we don't need.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I feel like for us, we wanted to create a place where we can just share our hearts with you guys. We can talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, but show that there is always light and that we will get through these things, and we know you guys can too. It's not a question of if we fall, it's a question of when. We're all gonna fall at some point, but that doesn't mean we should quit. You can cry, but you can't quit.
I think I just went through a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why. I really just like, I couldn't see past any of the pain that I was experiencing. But with time and with maturing and with being able to look back with like grown up eyes now instead of teenage ones, I realized that it really pushed me, like that time period pushed me to grow and to learn some really hard life lessons that I wouldn't have learned outside of that time.
Right.
I think that's the thing about hurt, that like it doesn't always feel fair, and it's not always fair. Like sometimes things just happen and they suck, and it's not always something that we have control over, but we absolutely can control how we respond to it.
Definitely.
And I think that's like a major life skill that I learned in that time period, was like, I can only control what I do.
Right. It's one thing to set boundaries with people that we don't have a deep connection with, but when it's family, close friends, or even a partner, it feels so much harder.
I think there's definitely this fear that setting boundaries means that like we are mean. We're trying to be mean, or we're trying to be selfish, or we're pushing people away. But the truth is, boundaries are actually really, really healthy, and they can strengthen relationships when they're done correctly. The people who get upset about your boundaries are usually the ones who benefited the most from you not having any.
Anxiety is kind of a subset of fear, right? But anxiety is normal and healthy to experience. If you think about like when you were a kid in school, or like a teenager in school, if you didn't feel anxious about the test that you were about to take, you're not going to study for it, right? If I wasn't a little bit anxious about getting on this podcast, I might not have like put some thought into it and prepared for it. And so I think anxiety is like really, really important that we experience. But when it starts to get to where it's like negatively impacting us socially, in our careers, in our relationships, like all of that, that's when it starts to become something that we want to address and treat. One of the things I like to say, there's a guy, his name is Dr. Dan Siegel. He's kind of a legend, and he's amazing in the world of psychotherapy. He says, name it to tame it. So if like you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, why do I feel like this? I'm sad, I'm bummed. And then you're like judging yourself and you're hard on yourself. It's like, pause and just notice with curiosity, what am I feeling right now? And if you can't put an emotion to it, just what sensations do I feel in my body right now?
Forgiveness is something that you can do alone. Reconciliation takes two willing, accountable, and safe people. Forgiveness is about you. Reconciliation is about the relationship.
Something really big is happening in our little podcast world.
Yeah. I feel like this really does change everything.
Yeah.
Crisp.